There we go. Now it's letting me go live. It like wasn't for a second. It was so weird. Hello. Yeah, it said not available, which is real weird. It's gonna delete that other one. Okay. Hello, hi. How is your Monday morning going? I'm doing my hair and nails and makeup so that I can film hopefully during the next nap time or when Tony gets home from the gym. But I think I only have like 30 more minutes of nap time left, but not sure. He's teething pretty bad today, so we will see what's happening. So how are y'all? I've got quite a few videos to film today and tomorrow. Some of them are shorter, some of them are more involved. Like I need to talk about Brittany Dawn's pet timeline and how she, in my opinion, is a piece of garbage, but more so that she is an irresponsible dog owner. And I personally don't think that she should have dogs or children. And then, yeah, got to talk about the Awakened Q Sciences merger. That is a complete shit show. Like, complete shit show. Gotta do a video reacting to the 47 voice notes. It wasn't 47, it was like 13 voice notes that what's her face sent me, Jordan Cheyenne. And then also this week I want to buy her her new course, because in the voice notes she's like, oh my god, my course is so amazing, and you actually didn't buy my course, you bought my guide. And she's like, it's not a bundle of like the previous stuff, it's like way more content, so I want to buy it and see if it actually is good or actually is worth it, because I doubt it. So yeah, doing that. And then I also have to make edits to my guide if I have time today. Voice notes. How much is the course? I think it's like $400. It's just so funny that she's like, my course is extremely affordable. For who? Like, what? And no, it's not. These people. Wild. Hello. Also, we got quite a lot more subscribers these days. So if you're new, we got like almost 25,000 new people this year, or at least like 20,000. So if you have questions, if you're new, say hi. If you're new and you're in here, say hi. And yeah. Feel free to ask questions. Whenever we have like a jump in subscribers, I always like to try to do Q&As on Q&As on whatchamacallit, on Instagram, but also like on the community tab too. New, I found you through Isabella. Love Isabella. Actually, I have to respond to her text. She just texted me, Indiana, and say it said something. You're new this year. Hello. Oh my gosh. Love that for you. Did you see Megan just start responding to her own comments on Instagram? That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Someone messaged me and they were like, yeah, this, like, I found her rap sheet. Did you know about this? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, she uses that like as part of her like marketing tactic, technically. William, did you rip a hole in that blanket? Pretty sure you did. Yeah, she uses, that's an MLM person. She uses that as like part of her marketing tactic of like, I used to do meth. Now I do master for self-rights. And it's like, what? Ugh, crazy. Which it's like, yeah, that's great. Glad you are clean. However, let's not use that as a marketing tactic because one, that's irrelevant to what you are actually selling. Two, that's very unethical to market a product like that. And also, it just has nothing to do with what you're selling. Like, what are you doing? Got my war paint on. And also keep in mind, y'all, I feel like I always have to say this when I'm doing my makeup. This is camera makeup. This is not real life makeup. Okay. Camera, not real life. Okay. That's why I look crazy. Found you via Jordan and McKay. I love them. Yeah. Can y'all believe that Dave from Girl Defined is deconstructing? I'm so happy for him and so happy for how and like proud of Bethany for how she's handling it. It's wild. Yeah. Expert's definition is used very loosely. Girl. Crazy. Has anyone has the bean gotten those teeth through yet? Poor little feller. No. No, he has one tooth, but it's literally a fucking molar. Which is not super common for that to come in first, but yeah, it's rough. I'd rather have him get those out of the way though, because those are like the most painful ones. So, yeah. But yeah, we're probably gonna be teething for a while. Baby has one tooth and it's yeah, girl, it's wild. At first I like didn't believe it and then got in there and felt it and I was like, oh my God, that is a nub. That is a little nubbin. But yeah, yesterday was a bad teething day, so I think another one's popping through soon. Today's a bad teething day. He's so clammy and hot and sweaty. So drooly, but you know what? It's all right. It just stinks because, and like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love when he's Velcro baby, but it stinks because it's like, buddy, mama's got to work. I can't have you just being a little Velcro baby, like on me while I'm trying to film. So I'm going to have Tony take him for a good amount of today. Hopefully he'll be able to do that. Because there's also a lot of shit around the house that Tony needs to do too. She has no idea how absolutely thrilled and supportive people would be if she goes down that road. I agree. And I do think it's interesting that the people who are being the most supportive are, the people who are not in the fundy space. But I think she's aware of that. I think she realizes that. So that's good. We put binkies in the freezer to help. Yeah, I guess we should do that. Who are we talking about? We were talking about one of the girl-defined husbands deconstructing. And Maria, I still have Jehovah's Witnesses reaching out to me. Every time I mention that it's a cult, reaching out to me and being like, I love your content. Like, I just want to try to talk to you about how, like, it's not a cult. And I'm like, girl, yes, it is. And they're like, oh, no, it's not. Look how red my chest is. They're like, no, it's not. Like, you clearly have just had like a bad experience. And I'm like, no. It's crazy because it's the same type of, I need to go down further. The same type of response that I get from, anyone that I call out, right? It's oh, well, you just had a bad experience. No, I didn't actually. I was bamboozled into joining 3 MLMs, but I didn't actually, arguably speaking, I didn't actually have an experience, I haven't had an experience in Jehovah's Witness because I'm not in a cult. It's crazy. Crazy, man. Yeah. Do you have any interesting updates on that transphobic Monate Fundy lady with the rapper husband? Someone said that she was getting out of Monate, or like stopped posting about it or something, which is weird because it's like, how and why? Because like, doesn't your husband not make money? Like, what? Aren't you like the only one bringing in an income because he's getting banned on everything for being a hateful asshole? Crazy. And don't y'all have like 7 kids? Wild, man. Definitely not something I had on my bingo card. Let's talk about that. There are other things that have happened that I have not had on my bingo card. One of them is Angelique, the one from Money that I interviewed, remember? And then because of the interview she did with me, she was fired from Money, and then she joined Q Sciences and then got out of it and then joined it and then got out of it and all that. And then now she's in another MLM. I did not have on my bingo card for her to screenshot one of my Instagram stories about IVF in regards to like laws being passed and how all that, with reproductive rights and abortion, holiday hoobie weddy. Her screenshotting that, a story I did, like reposting a thread or a tweet or something about that. And then saying that her like petri dish babies, or what did she say? Her freezer babies, or we're going to like kick my baby's ass. And I'm like, what are you? What? Yeah, I'm curious about the wig wall. There's a shelf of wigs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's 18 wigs. And there's 2 more in the closet. What questions you got? Yeah, real crazy, man. Real crazy. And listen, I don't know if she didn't say my name specifically. I don't think she would have, but she did see that Instagram story on my thing. She was following me at that point. And I don't stand for that shit, Because then she tried to turn it into like some transphobic shit. And I'm just like, hey, dum-dum. It's not the conversation anyone is having here. And I don't know. It's just like, listen, I get it to an extent. Like clearly have trauma from, losses that you've experienced. Right there with you, buddy. Not to the extent that she has, but like, I get it. That's, one of the reasons why I'm so, obviously, because I just like have a uterus too. One of the reasons why I'm like pretty passionate about, women's reproductive rights and being educated on that. And if you don't want an abortion, don't get one, et cetera, et cetera. But also Do we have separation of church and state or not? How about we not force other people to do things that we don't want to do or that we do want to do? Yeah, so all that. But it's just like the rage that she has is wild. And I think can muddy whatever message she's trying to share. I don't know what the fuck that message is, but whatever she's trying to share or get across gets muddied by whatever the fuck she's saying. It's truly crazy. But I removed her as a follower from my Instagram. I don't know if she followed back or anything like that, or if she blocked me. I would assume she probably blocked me, but that's okay. If I was her, I'd block me too. Yeah. I think that goes to show like the cult mentality and like the fundiness can really get you. That's one thing I've said before, even to his face with, and I think he's actually said it too, to Josh from a Dad Challenge podcast, that he has like, or I mean, I haven't talked to him a long time, but back in the day, I even said, I was like, buddy, you still got some like, the like remnants of like the like culty like ideology and like thought processes and stuff. I was like, it's still there. It's still like clinging on to you. So that type of indoctrination, like it really runs deep when you have been in a high control group. And he was, I mean, the church type like setting that he was in. And then also what's her face has too, you know, being in Money and then also subscribing to that type of super Christian ideology as well. It's quite crazy. Not all Christians are like that, obviously. But yeah, so quite insane. The name fundamental is so contradictory in the belief system. You're talking, Josh. That comment was really weird for y'all who don't know what Eliza's talking about. There was a comment on my Jordan Cheyenne video that said, "Did you just dox Josh?" And I screenshotted it and put it in our Discord, and I was like, can y'all like explain to me what this means? Like, I'm really like, I don't know. Like, I'm not being sassy. I'm so confused. And all of them were like, yeah, we don't know what that means. It was so strange. So weird. So I don't know. People will literally be like, oh my God, you showed a DM, you're doxing. And it's like, no, that's not how that works, people. Yeah, I was very confused. So I was like, the only thing I said is that Jordan Cheyenne did a video with him, like an interview with him. And I remember when he did that, because like we like talked a lot at that time. And I remember I was like, oh my gosh, like that's such a good move for her to like do an interview with you. I was like, smart, like way to go. And he was like, yeah, I hope she like implements. And she hold on, Tony just texted me and said, list of stuff to get at store. Okay. I don't, yeah, isn't doxing revealing someone's address to a public forum? It can be. But also it's like identifying personal information that like could put like that person in danger, I guess. I don't know. I just find it really interesting that people will like scream about doxing, and it's like, y'all, that's not what that person is doing. I'm trying to find my clip so I can put my hair up, but I can't find it. I guess there's probably one over here. Well, then where do you think you're going? Woo! For this photo shoot, I'm just gonna make my hair real big. Real big. So I gotta do smaller sections of curls so that they fall into bigger waves. Which doesn't really make sense, but listen. It's none of my business. Yeah. Gwen Shamblin big. Close the higher the hair, the closer to God, girlfriend. For my last expose, I did some research on doxing, and doxing has to reveal personal information about a person that isn't available. So a person's full legal name, their address, their workplace. Yeah, I agree with that. Like for instance, one time someone said that I was doxing them because I did one of those anonymous Q&A things, which I wish I could still do, because I know there's like a lot of questions that people would want to ask me that like aren't trolling or aren't rude and stuff. But then those types of Q&A things get like so toxic so quick. Oh, hey, Matt, thank you for the super chat. And it's just like so sad. So I can't do that. Let me let Wig him out real quick. You want to go outside, bud? You want to go outside? Let's go outside. Yeah, by let's, I mean just you. Because I'm not going outside. I do need to go outside later, though, and fix my bougainvillea. Yeah, so, yeah, I had, like I said, I did one of those anonymous Q&A things. And why is that smoking so much? Wonderful. Can't wait to destroy my hair. Yikes. That don't look good. Oh, well. Yeah, so I had someone on there who was like, you say you don't block people, but you have me blocked on Twitter. And I was like, oh, and they were like, and I literally didn't do anything. Do y'all remember this? It was hilarious. And right away, I was like, I only have like 2 people blocked on Twitter, so let's go see who it is. So I went to their Twitter and screenshotted a bunch of the shit that they had said about me. And it was like pretty unhinged and just rude as fuck. And I was like, oh, you mean you've never said this or this or this or this or this about me? Okay. And I was like, this you? And then she was like, oh my God, you're doxing me. And it's like, no, you exposed yourself. And if you can't deal with like those consequences of someone, like that's clear. You shouldn't have messaged me that then. And I don't want to be like, oh, if you don't want to like be called out, then don't say that type of shit. But also, if you're gonna say shit like that about someone, then you should still be like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, if you are gonna say something on the internet, you need to be able to deal with that person confronting you about it. You know, say it with your chest and stick by it. Exactly. If people have their names out there or their email or whatever is public, if someone says one's name or anything out there publicly, it isn't doxing. Now put social media, now put that social security number out. Yeah, it's did the spray hit it? I think it probably did. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was really, really interesting about that whole thing, because then there were, of course, like the hate threads, and, people who don't like me got a hold of that, and they were like, oh my gosh, like you doxed this person. I'm like, if you think that's what that is, get off the internet. So crazy. But yeah, I thought that was really, really funny. Because then she was like, oh my gosh, please delete it. Please delete that. Please delete that. And I'm like, no, I didn't dox you. There's the consequences of your own actions, dickhead. Held accountable equals doxing. Yeah, exactly. What are you needing to go outside to fix? My bougainvillea. I put it on my Instagram, the plant I have that's like climbing up our trellis. And I'm real excited about it. And when I say like fix it, because I have these like things around it, these little like Velcro wraps kind of, and they're basically holding it onto the trellis and like training it to like go up. And so obviously as the bougainvillea like grows higher and like around it, I have to like keep adjusting the strap. So it's like going higher and higher and like put more straps on it until it will like grab on itself basically. Yeah, bougainvillea is so beautiful. Resharing public tweets is not doxing. Yeah. And connecting you to it when you literally like gave me that information yourself, it's not doxing. If you didn't want that information out there, shouldn't have sent it. That's where like the people thinking that they are like you're getting real like bold on the internet thinking that you have like that extra layer of protection. And it's like, you really wouldn't say this in, not like in person, but like to the person's face, would you? But I definitely would. I mean, yeah. I mean, I literally last time or second to last time I saw Jaclyn Hill, literally sitting across from her. And I had talked to her a few times because we have friends in common. And then her husband was like, oh, and what, like talking to my husband. And he was like, what do you do? And so they were talking about that. And she, and she was like, what do you do again? And I was like, I'm a YouTuber also. And, I told her, I was like, yeah. And I told her like what I make videos about. And she's like, oh, that's awesome. And I was like, yep. And I have made a video about you. And I'm very happy. It is before she announced she was closing all of her businesses, but I knew about it prior. But I was like, and I'm going to tell you this, girl, I'm very happy you're closing all your businesses because you have made some not great decisions. And I think you should just focus on social media and that's it. And like, stop that. Oh, that is way too much. And she's like, oh, yeah, I agree. Thanks. So I'm going to say shit to people. Like the shit I say online, I'm going to say to their face. And sometimes not necessarily to their actual face, but you know what I mean. Yeah. No, but she's always been very nice to me. Even when I walked away from the table because I had to go pee, she turned to Tony and she's like, she doesn't hold back, does she? And he's like, nope. And she's like, well, I appreciate that. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, I ain't gonna be like these friends who are using you for money and won't tell you shit. Because I'll tell you shit. Curious who you think the next Jessie Lee Ward will be, if you think there will be anyone to fill her shoes. Fill her shoes like fill her shoes in terms of like the like upline or something. I think what you mean is the like her in terms of like cringe and just like her in the space, you know? Well, yeah, what she did for the industry. I'd have to think on that, man. I don't know. I got no clue. It's craziness. Like she was a big figurehead. Yeah, I agree. I think that's hard to answer because, you know, even like Stormy, what's her face? Like she technically, you know, is more successful and makes more money than Jessie Lee Ward, but I don't think she's as like she's very arrogant. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think she was at that level of like egotisticalness and like straight up fucking delusion as Jessie Lee Ward, which is saying a lot because it's Stormy. What? Not Stormy Daniels. What the fuck's her name? Yeah, Stormy Wellington, right? Yeah. Bobblehead, maybe. They are fucking bobbleheads. So weird. So weird. Yeah, they're strange ones. Yeah, I'm not sure though, because there's so many to choose from. I don't think it's anyone in Prove It. I think Prove It has definitely like died off without Jessie Lee Ward, and it's just truly crazy how like not only her downline, but the people. Ooh, that's all twisted up. Her downline, but like the people who kind of relied on her for like their success and for her to like prop them up. Those people, like you would think with how they talk so much about how they're like so good at business and this industry. But it's like, oh, you guys, this one person, you know, does not exist anymore. And now you're like so like the entire, you know, castle crumbles, really. It's crazy. Like y'all weren't prepared for this. You had time. It's still crazy as well that allegedly, I mean, not really allegedly because that has been proven, but Jessie Lee Ward didn't sign her will. I feel like that just shows like how she was in denial, and that's so fucking sad. Found you recently. I've been binging all of your content. Thank you for covering scams of these MLMs. Yeah, man. Someone's gotta. Someone's gotta do it. That is so white, Casty. Oh my god. Good morning. Love your wig collection. Moira would be in heaven. Moira would be in heaven. I don't think she would appreciate how close to indirect sunlight they are. And then I also don't think she would like that they're all touching, basically. Jessie Lee Ward was responsible for a lot of damage, but I absolutely hate what happened to her. So triggering, infuriating, and sad. I mean, I don't want to be like she did it to herself, but like she did, you know. Hi from Canada. Hi. Been a viewer since you used to do reviews on self-tanner. The evolution of your channel. Yeah, man. I appreciate you. It's been a long time then, hasn't it? Thank God for listening to analytics and actually becoming successful. Some people might call it a grift, but I just call it being self-aware after so much effing time. Oh my God, Nick! Hi! How are you? How's the weather out there? I'm sweating. I actually wanted to message you, Nick, and ask you if I was to go to Trixie Motel for a long weekend, if you would want to do a little collabby labby, a cute little collab. I don't know the dates or anything yet, so because I have like 7 things that I would have to schedule while I'd be out there. So you know, because this gal is fucking self-funding a goddamn documentary. It's crazy. Which, like, I don't want to. I'm obviously trying to get it picked up by someone. How iconic would it be for us to do a I just burned my scalp. For us to do a video sitting out by the pool of Trixie Motel. I don't think they'd allow us to do that, though. We'd have to get permission, obviously. Yeah, but I would love to go to Trixie Motel for like the day or just actually stay there. So cute. I know, it's so adorable. I love that for her. Good old Brian. Good old Brian for him. We could make that happen. I'm sure we could get approval. As long as we have enough time, we could definitely make that happen. Are you staying at the Trixie Motel? I would like to. Woo! The way I turn your stream on to get ready for the day. Thanks, baby. Thanks, baby. My God. Ugh. Yeah, I gotta get this shit on me. I gotta put on my outfit. I have these sunglasses to wear for it. And I made a fake cake. I gotta push these titties up. Because listen, there's one thing I know. It's that with age, my titties have gotten better. That's not true, Chelsea. Don't lie. I mean, they're still great. Got it like 25 though. Oh, they were so great. Yeah, girl, point those nippies to the sky. You better. Have you seen the... Wait, where did it go? I saw it a second ago. Have you seen the influencer recommendations on your Reddit? I have. I have been lurking. What's happening right now? I have. There we go. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Austin. You are so sweet. You are so sweet. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta do this. I gotta put the background up. I think I'm just gonna put it right here next to my computer. Or I could actually no, I think I'm gonna put it back here. Yeah, I'm gonna do it back here instead, because then the lighting will be like even, you know. Yeah. Thank God for good brawls. I am at 40. Oh, Nick, you're so sweet. Thank you. Have you heard of Zoom? They are like an MLM for electric companies. Sorry, an idiot. To save money. Sounds totally legit. I swear, y'all, if I have more solar people come to my house, don't be fucking coming to my house. Whenever I see the solicitors walking around in our neighborhood, I text our group chat that we have with like the other moms that we're friends with in this neighborhood. And I'll message them and I'll be like, they're fucking out, man. They're out here. And we have 2 no soliciting signs, so they don't come, thank God, anymore. But Tony and I will literally stand by the big windows that we have in the dining room and just stare and be like, this motherfucker better continue down the street and not walk up to our door. Because when we had just 1 no soliciting sign, they would still come to our door. And if Tony's home, then he would answer it, because I do not answer the door. And it was so fucking annoying. And he would be like, do you see the sign behind you? Because we had it like as you're coming up the sidewalk or the walkway to our house. And this one guy was like, oh no, man, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Like, sir, And then he just continued with his sales pitch. And I was in bed and I was listening on Tony's, I was listening to Tony talk to him on the doorbell, and I was in bed and I had just put Bean down for a nap. And I was texting Tony and I was like, shut the door in his face. Shut the door in his fucking face. Like, he clearly didn't, like, he's just being disrespectful. And he's saying he's not selling you, but he is. And Tony wasn't seeing my text, so I came downstairs. And I was right up behind him and I said, Tony, let me at him. Let me at him, Tony. And I've said this so many times, but I was like, I know I feel like I have like Mama Doberman energy, but realistically, it's just like shaky, angry Chihuahua. And Tony turns and looks at me and smiles and then turns back to the guy and goes, let me have you talk to my wife. And I really wish I could show y'all the video, but obviously like, I can't. And, you know, because like I'm not trying to have you like come to my house. And I said to him, I was like, you see that sign? And he's like, oh, well, yeah. And I was like, so you clearly saw it. You decided to disregard it and still come to our door and try to sell us. And he's like, no, I'm not trying to sell you. I was like, then what are you doing? And he's like, well, and I was like, listen, he told you no about 4 times. No does not mean not right now. No means no, and it's a full sentence, and it does not mean that you get to continue with your pitch and your rebuttals to our objections. I was like, this is not just an objection, it is our answer. So get off our property. And he was just like, oh, okay. I'm like, ugh. I had another guy once that I just kept saying no, and now I just don't answer the door, but I just kept saying no. And he was like, what about your neighbors? Are they as delightful as you? And I was like, you're not going to sell any of them either. None of them want what you're selling. Like, please go away. There we go. Right? Nice and big. I'll have to flip it before I do the thing though. But I have that, and I'll have my cake, be titties up. You know? I need to figure out what background I'm going to use. I'm probably just going to do the black sparkly one because I feel like that's probably the best. Yeah. Sun's out, nips up. Nips to the sky, man. Nips to the sky. Oh, hey, Melissa, how are you? All right, I need to put on lashes. I am going to wear these because these are the ones that are closest to me right now. Yeah, because if I don't wear lashes, it's going to look like I am Kermit the Frog. Snap a quick photo of them and tell him you'll be sending a message to the neighbor doorbell ring. That's funny. Yeah, most people here hate them. Like, there are people on one of the streets like over that literally have on their doors not just a no soliciting sign, but it says no soliciting, no solar, no roofing. Like, or I think it says no solar, no roofing, no security, because the Vivint people be out here. And like sometimes they won't even tell you like what they're selling. Because I've asked multiple times, I'll answer the door and I'm like, what are you selling? And then there's the church people. Tony and I finally just answered the door and we're like, we're gay, leave us alone. And then in my head, I have that episode of New Girl where Jess runs in and she's like, Nick, you're gay, be gay. And he's like, I'm gay. And she's like, yes, you're gay. And then he's like, my friends call me gay Nick. And she's like, not you fastidious queen. It's my favorite. Also, I love how that show is like literally just the actors, you know? Like that is Nick Miller is Jake Johnson. The best. Why don't you guys want solar? Because it's hideous and we don't need it. I don't want an eyesore on my house. What was I doing? Oh, I was putting on lashes. Oh my God. Okay. I love New Girl. Yeah. Can y'all believe, or did y'all see what Tony got me for my birthday? I told him, it's on my Instagram story. I told him, like, in passing a few times, I had said, like, oh, I want to order like the big version of the Polaroid camera because we have the mini one. I got it for him for Christmas because he had mentioned he wanted one. And I just like, I love them so much. I use them all, like I use it all the time, especially like when we have people over, we'll take pictures and then like send it home with them. And it's just like so cute. And it gives me just like such nostalgia and like makes me just so happy because like that's what we grew up with. And it reminds me of like all my favorite pictures from when I was like growing up at like the beach house, like almost all the pictures there were taken with Polaroids, and it just makes me so happy. So Tony got me an OG one from the year I was born, unopened. And let me tell you, I told him, I was like, oh my God, I was like, I'm going to have to let this thing air out because Lord, she smells. I was like, does that smell like pee? And he's like, no, it just smells old. And I was like, I think it might smell like pee. I was like, whose cat peed on this? But it was like unopened and I loved it. And it's like in perfect condition and works. And oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Oh, someone's awake. That was a good nap he took. It was like almost an hour and a half. That's pretty good. We're on just 2 naps a day now, which is a struggle. Actually, that was like almost 2 hours because he slept on me for like 30 minutes. Yay. All right, so the next one's going to be at like 2 p.m. He's so cute. I love this little boy so much. Little bean. Little bean. He's the best. I told Tony, I was like, listen, I try to act like I don't love when he's like this. I was like, but I do love when he is Velcro baby. It's my favorite. All right, let me put these on real quick and then I'll go get them. I've been sick for 4 days now. I'm convinced hearing, oh, your sweet, sassy voice is going to heal me. Well, let's hope so. Or you'll get about 7 times worth. Or I'll send you to the hospital. You never know. You know? So I have 2 different outfits I could wear in this little photo shoot. And I'm really excited. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to do a like mostly black outfit. And then I'm going to do another one. I haven't done one since my 30th birthday. I did the one of me in like the bathtub. I was about to say half naked. I was naked for part of it. And then I was like in the dress in the bathtub. And those came out so good. But I'm so excited. And I made like a fake cake out of like a turned over little bucket and spackle. So that'll be fun. I have to fix it though. Yeah, y'all just saw Wiggum. I have to fix the candles. Oh my God, he's standing up in his crib. I had to fix the candles on the cake though. So now that he's awake, I guess me and him will do that. I guess we'll fix the candles. Or we'll go outside and water our plants and stuff. Wigum, our Lord and Savior. What lipstick are you using? This is Seductress. I don't know why I even just had to look at it because, come on. We know it's Seductress by Maybelline. I know he's awake. Hold on. He's like, Mom, but do you hear him? Hey, Wigum, you don't need to whine. You're fine. I know. It's okay. I hear him. Wigum. Chill, bud. You're good. He's so funny. Okay, I'm gonna have to do my nails later. I know. Okay, I'm coming. I gotta unplug this so I don't burn me and my baby. And y'all will see the results of the photo shoot probably on Wednesday, I think, on my actual birthday. But I hope you have a good day. And these are the nails that I'm going to do. The Glamnetic ones, and they're called Moonlight. So they're like iridescent. I took off my other ones, and I need to like file my nails down because they're gross looking right now. All right. Goodbye. Appreciate you. Have just the best day. Also, if you have any like deep dives and stuff, suggestions, or anything like that, the Reddit page, the r/Chelsea Suarez, people are leaving stuff over there and I love it. So definitely check that out. And wait, is Wigum getting your attention to tell you that the little baby's awake? That's so funny. Yeah, he is. He's the best big brother, which like I already like, buddy, I can see him. I know. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye, girlies. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.